Talk. Now let's see what's said in the book and try to get it right. The white. I had to tell the white that one time he move over. He's like, goodness, all you had to do was just say it. That's what you don't want to get into it with. Whoa, that's a mean joker there. Romans 15:4. Listen.
For whatever Nikatab before.
Whatever was written before.
Nikatab for our lamed.
It was written to show us.
That we through endurance.
That we through endurance without giving way.
In the Nakum of the Ketubim.
And the consolation of the writings.
Might have Tikva.
Accord. See if that Shir HaSharim, let me see if it's 4 and 1. Again, I don't have nothing written up. Now, did it be Katab if I did? Katab. Shir HaSharim. Let's see if it's 4 and 1. It means sing the songs. Shir HaSharim, they'll call it Song of Solomon. Shir HaSharim, sing the songs. Let's see how they're going to go with him. Listen.
Behold, thou art fair, my Ahab. Behold, thou art fair. Thou hast dug within thy locks. Thy hair is as a flock of goats that appear from hard Gilead.
All right.
Thy teeth are like a flock of sheep that are even shorn, which came up from the washing, whereof every one bare twins, and none is barren among them.
Okay.
Thy lips are like a thread of scarlet.
You said what now?
Thy lips are like a thread of scarlet.
And?
Thy speech is comely.
Mm-hmm.
Thy mashakan are like a piece of a pomegranate within thy locks.
When she started describing, when it started describing and writing, talked about your lips are like a what? That's how we look at the word. Something to hold to. That's how important it is for us to sit down and consider the writings and what we need to know and how we got to hold to it and not give away. And it's important for us to sit down and really look at these things and make sure that we really consider where we at and how prevalent the word are for us. Pick us up at the book of Yehukanan, chapter 6, 6 and 60. Yehukanan. Yehukanan, they call John 6 and 60. Listen.
Many therefore of his Talmudim, when they had Shama this, said, this is a hard saying. Who can Shama it?
When many of his Talmudim heard Shama, they said, this word is difficult. Who is able to hear it? Well, we look at them saying being able to hear it is difficult. Would it be in comprehension, be able to perform it? And hearing it, think about it. Who can be able to hear it? They just heard it, innit? Why would it be difficult to do it? So now, we're looking at Shama. and not just listening. They want to look at who has the ability to be able to hear it as in the ability to be able to perform it and do it. This is something we all have to sit back and do. Not just sitting around and being listeners. Jacob told us what we had to do is become doers of the word. Y'all got it? And a lot of times what happens with us, this is something we don't do. We sit down and we listen, but we don't consider what we're hearing and being able to make sure we can manifest the ability to be able to perform what we're hearing. Y'all got it? See, for them, it's different than just listening. They're listening with an intent of performance. We listen to just say, I heard you. I hear you. They listen with the intent of performance. When they heard what he said, let's see what that back up. Can we look at what they said? So we'll go back to, back up to 50. Let's see what he said that was so difficult. Knew that was coming. Euchanized 6 and 50. Listen.
This is the lakam which cometh down from Shamayim, that a ish may eat thereof and not moot.
Okay.
I am the ka'i lakam which came down from Shamayim.
See that? He said, I am the living bread that comes down from the Shamayims. If anyone eats of this lakam,
he shall ka'i alam. And the lakam that I will give is my basar, which I will give for the ka'i of the alam.
He said, on the behalf of life of the world. Okay.
The Yahudim therefore strove among themselves,
which they
saying,
argue with one another, saying,
how can this ish give us his basar to eat?
They're trying to figure out how is he going to be able to do that. Surely he couldn't be alive and do it. Okay. Go ahead.
Then Yahushua said unto them, Aman, aman, I say unto you, except ye eat the basar of the ben of Ish, and drink the dam, ye have no ka'i in you.
Here he said, if you do not eat the flesh, you'll say, except you eat.
Yes, sir.
They're saying the same, but he letting them know that if you don't, of the ben of which the ben of Adam, and drink his dam, you do not have ka'i within you. Okay. Listen.
Whoso eateth my basar and drinketh my dam,
my basar and drinks my dam has
alam ka'i, and I will coom him up at the last yom.
See that? Oh. Okay. Okay.
For my basar is meat indeed, and my dam is drink indeed.
Yes.
He that eateth my basar and drinketh my dam dwelleth in me, and I in him.
Shall reside with me, and I with him. Can we look at what reside means from the dictionary? Have one's, apostrophe, letting us know, ownership, permanent home in a particular place. That's what we're looking at, reside. Sometimes I ask you, where do you reside? Which is crazy because we don't know we're going to be there permanent, do we? We just give them our address. But here it's talking about a permanent home in a particular place. You ever been asked that before, where you reside?
Yes, sir.
Well, really, you couldn't answer and use your address where you at now, can you? I mean, just looking at, he used the word reside. We're looking at, so his statement, he was talking about on the sense of this is their word, but we were looking for a permanent home in a particular place. Y'all got it? We were looking at, well, similar words, occupy, but I'm looking at reside. We're looking at a permanent home in one particular, have one's permanent home in a particular place. Let's go back to what he said. 6th chapter, 56. Okay. The one who eats my basar, flesh, and drinks my dam, shall reside with me and I with him. Well, definitely a reason for us to take it then. Let's see. Next verse, 57.
As the Kai Abba hath sent me, and I Kai by the Abba, so he that eateth me, even he shall Kai by me.
He said, as they written here, just as the living, which is the Kai Abba, has sent me, and I live on count of the Abba. So the one who eats me shall also live on account of me. So it makes sense we say he gave his life on behalf of, for the world. That's why he gave his life, on behalf of that, so we could live. He looked at his existence was because of the Father. I only live because of the account of the Father, or because of the Father. This is why I count. Because of the Father is why I live. So a person that would take on these same behaviors, he said, you will live because of me. Y'all got it? So we're trying to look at our existence, how important this is. Let's see what happened.
This is that Lakam which came down from Shamayim,
He is the bread that came down from Shamayim.
not as your Abba did eat manna and are moot.
And dead.
He that eateth of this Lakam shall Kai along.
Okay, so live forever.
These things said he in the synagogue as he taught in Capernaum.
Okay.
Many therefore of his Talmudim.
Hold on for a minute. Hold on, stop. This said Kafar. He taught in Kafar, Nakum. Okay. What's the meaning? Let me see what the meaning of. We know Nakum, Kafar. They gave us Capernaum. That's what they did. Well, I'm sure the Greeks, Romans. What it say? Let's see if you break it out. Listen. That was ortho. Why did ortho pop up? Oh, okay. Okay. Ortho, people don't know that's upright. That's why I tell you go to an orthodontist, get your teeth straight. I'll stem from the Greek. That's what it is, it's Greek. Oh. Kafar, okay. A village, okay. As a protected by walls. Nakum. Oh, we know this. Comfortable. Uh-huh. And they just said Capernaum, put it together. Okay. Village of comfort. Okay. Appreciate it. Yeah, so Capernaum. Okay. 60.
Many therefore of his Talmudim, when they had Shama this, said, this is a hard saying. Who can Shama it?
I want to know who could stomach that, ain't it? Who has the ability to do that? Let's see what he told him.
When Yahushua knew in himself that his Talmudim murmured at it, he said unto them, does this offend you?
Has this become an obstacle for you? And I guess with that, that's something that we have to set aside and make sure when we're doing this. I mean, if you think about it, when Yahushua spake to the Shalakim that came, these guys all gave up things in order to follow him. They all gave up things. Because if you look at it, some of the things that you'll be asked to do, when you got other commitments, it can hinder you. That's why he asked them, has this become an obstacle for you? Because these guys were following and they've been doing well. But now they've gotten to a point where there's a hang up here. And they want to look around just like people do. If I can't do it, I'm going to say, who can do it? I can't. I know I don't see me doing it. Who could do it? Who's able to do it? And sometimes people will look to put it on other people as though it's not just them, it's other people that have problem with things. He want to know about this being an obstacle for you. And a lot of times that's what we do. We allow things to become obstacles for us simply because the obstacle become you. How far are you willing to go? Do you actually believe what you're being taught? Yes, us just hearing that is something. But if we look, you need food in order to live. He even told you that. Unashamed doth not. So showing symbolism, showing that biological part of man has to eat to live. So what he's telling you is not impossible. You got to eat to live. He said, but now you're going to take off my flesh. The people that's eating the other thing, these people are all moved. So I don't want you to confuse this as though this is just a normal ceremony of you just eating. We're going to take on something different that's going to give more substance. You know, the book even talk about, you know, how we look for a more enduring substance. Just like the people, when our fathers, when they came out, they sought for a place. They came through and passed through some place, but they didn't settle because they were seeking something greater. They saw some things they could have settled for, but that was not what they were looking for. The book said they looked for a city whose builder and maker was Elohim. So they were seeking for something greater. They'd been through cities. They come out of cities. They dwelt in places. So they were looking for something with a more enduring substance. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get to a point that we can get more above our mortal capabilities. We all have limits. And sometimes our limits, that's how we lose a lot of time, because those limits are stoppage to how far we'll go. And when they come down to your salvation, you have to be willing to make that the most pressing thing, that there is no limit of what you'll do in order to obtain it. You do. You actually have to have a mind that nothing, whatever it takes, I have to allow this to be first and foremost, and you will be tested by it. You will be tried in order to show that that's what you're really working for. And not just to solidify with him because he knows what we're going to do. It's good for you to know what you'll do. Isn't that right? Somebody's like, man, I don't know what I'll do. When it comes to this, you need to know. This is something you got to know. Isn't that right? There's a lot of things you couldn't really answer, say, I don't know what I'll do in a situation. But when it comes to this, you got to know. So that's why we come back and we look at using the word. He told us to arm ourselves with, what was it again? Same mind. Because now we're talking about, because he talked about a person having that mind has done something. What was it? Cease from Qatar. So that means you have to think identical to. That's how, if you want to know why you falter, why you faint, why, because you're not arming yourself with the same mind. This is a mentality. That's what they were looking at when they were sitting here listening to her. I can't see me doing it. That's what they were looking at. I don't know nobody else can do it. So he'll start to ask him, and he knew what was going on, and he knew and understood what I'm saying. Yahushua understood in his law that his Talmudim complained about this. So he said to them, has this become an obstacle for you? Can we look at what an obstacle is? We know about obstacle courses. An obstacle, a thing that blocks one's way or prevents or hinders progress. This is what he want to know. Is this going to hinder your progress? Basically, this is what we're looking at. Is this going to stop you from growing? That's something we need to consider. Is this an obstacle for you? Hello? Because when we going through him, he talked about in the 12th chapter of the book of Adoration how we got to lay aside every weight. Why do you think we had to lay aside that weight? It will prevent or hinders progress. Then he told us to run with endurance without giving way. If you got weights, it's already going to, you know it's going to prevent you, and you're going to run, you're only making it more difficult on yourself. So it only makes sense to lay aside every weight. And the kataim, the sin, or kata, which doth so easily, which is actually inherit you in. What's the purpose of locking people up? Guess right. Keep them from going or keep them from doing what they've been doing. So it can become a hinder of your progress. A lot of times people come out like the people they locked up and they've been found innocent. So many people in jail that are innocent. They look at how much they lost and say, like, you've taken away my life from me. Do you know what I could have become, what I could have done had I not been locked up? That obstacle, it hindered their progress. And now we have to sit back and we got to look at things and people and places and look at, are these things actually obstacles to us? Some things that we look for comfort are actually obstacles for us. Hello? And this is what we're trying to think about, and we're trying to maintain. And once we get the understanding, we're trying to maintain a course of action. All right, let's see the next verse. 62. Let's see. Listen.
What and if ye shall see the Ben of Adam ascend up from where he was before?
That's tight. Listen. Eat homes. I'm sorry. Let me see this one. It said, what and if. He said, even when you see the Ben of Adam going up to where he was there before. Question mark. He was asking them, was that obstacle going to be something that was going to hinder their progress or prevent them? Even when you see the Ben of Adam going up to where he was there before? Was it going to prevent your progress? He's asking a question. He's not telling them, he's asking a question. So what happened? Let's see what happened. 63.
It is the Ruach that quickeneth,
That gives life.
the Basar profiteth nothing.
But the flesh, basar, is of no benefit.
The Dabarim that I speak unto you,
That
they
I
are
have
Ruach,
spoken to you are Ruach.
and they are Kai.
That's what we're looking at. So now we're moving the symbolism from his body and his dam being the Ruach and being life. Food and being dam. Because life is in the dam. Well, now he's telling us now, he's saying what he's spoken of, they are Ruach and they are life. So we look at it, that's food for us. And that sustains us. That dam, that's what sustains. You need that blood. That's life. That's what he told us. This was one of the mark he gave us. See that the 9th chapter of the book of Bereshit 9:1. Bereshit, they call it Genesis. Let's see what he told us. Listen.
And Elohim Baraka Nuach and his Beni, and said unto them, be pari and multiply and replenish the Arats.
Can I see what Barak means again, please? Let's say. 2, they'll use bless as an act of adoration. They use bless a man as a benefit. This is what we look what he did. It was a benefit. Let's see what he told us again.
And Elohim Barak Nuach and his Beni, and said unto them, be pari and multiply and replenish the Arats.
He brought them as a benefit. This was a benefit to him. That he barakah them and they was able to do it. That was a barakah. Something that we look at him telling us and then be able to fulfill it. We don't realize that comes from Elohim. That's a benefit. That's how he baraked them. He ain't give them no money. He ain't give them no blocks of no gold. He ain't give them a whole bunch of cattle and asses. The book told he baraked them and his benin. He letting you know he did conjunction and said to him to be pari and multiply and fill the arise. Let's say replenish. Let's see what he told them.
And the yara of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the arats, and upon every fowl of the air, and upon all that moveth upon the arats, and upon all the fishes of the yam. Into your hand are they delivered.
Who we heard this with? That's right. Reenactment. What he's telling him is what was already done, so we understand what Adam had. They had that fear and they had terror when they came to him. And this only makes sense because let's see what he told us in 1 and 26, same book. Ba Rashid. Then
Elohim said, let us make Adam in our image, after our likeness,
according to our likeness,
and let them have dominion over the fish of the yam, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the arats, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the arats.
So Noah would have been Adam. Adam, not the hypocrite, not Adam. This man would have been somebody the same estate. Can we see what Adam means? Well, let's look at this too. Before you look, we'll look that up, Boston. I want you to go to, let's look up the definition of adoration. Let's find out what the meaning. How many of y'all know what adoration is? I'm like a door. Probably short, just a door. I feel that man for do a mathematical equation. Love, devotion, care, fondness. Let's see. Deep love and respect. Okay. Deep love and respect. Okay. Adam. Right, a real human being, hypocrite, commissar, lower state man, a low degree person, no. See what our lexicon says. It might be the same. Let's see. Men, common sort, hypocrite. Man, men, Adam, person, mankind, human being. Much more frequently intense since the Old Testament. First man. City in Jordan Valley. Okay. For the human individual species. Hold on, put it back again. Let me see. Individual species, mankind. Another hypocrite, common sort, low, mean, murder. Okay. All right, we can go back. So if we look, we can see where the same thing that he prescribed concerning the building and making of Adam is the same thing that he told Noah as far as let them rule over all these different things. And then when he come back and talk to him in the 9th chapter, so we find the same similar behavior, which means it has some of the same similar characteristics. Go back to the 9th chapter. What verse we left off at? 9 and 3?
Yes, sir.
Oh, let's start 9 and 2, be fine. Listen.
At 2.
9 and 2 be fine.
And the yara of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the arats, and upon every fowl of the air, and upon all that moveth upon the arats, and upon all the fishes of the yam. Into your hand are they delivered.
Why would they fear Noah? likeness of Elohim? What they fear? Say what? Because he could kill them. Why you fear Elohim? He can do whatever he want to do. He can kill you. That's part of the fear. When people rob you, they don't just come barehanded. Even if they do know much, they know it's not likely I'm just going to give up my money because you walk up with your hand. But if you come and you put a gun, you say, nigga, give me your money, I'm going to blow your brains out. I'm going to start to go, do you need me to put it all out and count it and fold it up for you and put it in your wallet? You know what I'm saying? You want to leave it straight, flat in an envelope? You see what I'm saying? Because of what he's able to do. So he put something in them that they would recognize when they saw him, that they knew he had the ability that he could kill them. Y'all got it? Yes, sir. He could kill them. They knew he was not to be touched. Let's see.
Every moving thing that Kai
You
shall
say
be
every who now?
every moving thing that Kai shall be meat for you.
See that? What happened?
Even as the green herb have I given you all things.
So he was already transitioning them to meat and understand that meat, food, will give them life. That's what we're coming looking at. Don't man move? Well, he just told you every moving thing. We know we have a discipline. They come to law. But if I told you that man was a lamb, you can eat lamb, can't you? Mm-hmm. That's how I transition it. Huh? Okay. Let's say it. Even as the green herb. Why would he tell them even as the green herb? It only makes sense because this had to be all they were eating. Mm. So now you can try to, this is my diet. This is my eat. This is my food. And now you pop up talking about some meat. Never ate it before. I never eaten it before. This is what I ate. Well, what I just told you, this, every moving thing is going to be equivalent to the green plant. Mm. Y'all got it? Now, for some, this might be an obstacle. We'll see if Nuah said this is a hard saying. This, you being hello, you just jumped out the boat all of a sudden. I mean, for us, come on. It's nothing for us to think about now. But you've never eaten meat. Mm. You've never eaten it. You've only ate plants. And I know that plant is your diet, plant is your discipline. And now when I'm trying to transition you to meat, I just told you that the meat was just like the plant. When I told you to eat the flesh of the bin, I told you it was just like manna. Mm. You didn't know what it was, but it sustained you. And you ate it. So to get you to eat his flesh, he had to tell you what it was. It was lacam. Don't you eat lacam? Yeah. Okay, here you go. The man just transitioning right here. Mm-hmm. By telling him it was equivalent to the green plant. Let's see if he told us a hard saying, who can hear it? Verse 4.
But basar with the kai thereof, which is the dam thereof, shall ye not eat.
I'm sorry, Lil. Only you shall not eat flesh with its life. That is its dam. Okay? I'm teaching you how to eat. Because I just opened up the door for you to eat something and told you the equivalent to plant. Then I got to tell you don't eat the blood. And I told you what it was. It's because that's the life of it. That's right. That's the life of it. Don't eat it. You can eat that, but separate the dumb from it. Because that's the life of it. Mm. Y'all got it? And they understood we don't eat. That's to the day. That's why we don't eat blood. We don't eat it because it's the life of that meat. Yeah. We don't eat it. That's how that meat we're eating was living by that blood. And we don't do that. Yeah. Yahushua come on the scene and said, my flesh is equivalent to the calm. And my dam is drink. They looked that they were going to die from thirst. So if I live by this dam, then I'm telling you now to drink it. So you can live. That's right. You'll have some of the same attributes that I have. They got people why people don't eat blood from them animals, because they'll wind up taking on some of the traits. He told you why. You eat the flesh with his life? No, don't do that. And what it was, so they'll know what it was. That's the blood. And they knew when they saw blood, they were not going to eat it. We can eat the flesh because he just told us it was equivalent to eating green vegetation. But do not eat the blood. Why? Let's see what happened. All right.
And surely your dam of your Kai will I require.
Where?
At the hand of every beast will I require it. And at the hand of Ish, at the hand of every Ish out, will I require the Kai of Ish.
That's why Cain didn't die. Because we didn't have that law of discipline then. Cain, that's why he left and he went. He said, they're going to find me, they're going to kill me. He said, no, they're not. He said, I put an ox on you. I put a mark on your tooth. They're not going to kill you. He let them folks know if you kill him, it's going to be life for life. But see, when Noah came, he established the rule of law with him. He let him know, I'm going to start requiring some things. I shall require the dam of your Kai. Because the only way that you can actually get that dam, I'm going to have to wind up doing something to that flesh. You know where they're going to put us at now? You're not going to touch his Mashiach. And you definitely don't want to do him no harm. Because they're going to require it. So we started with an ox and the gun. You weren't supposed to touch the tree, the ox. Well, now we transition it. They came down to him, they're going to be like the Mashiach. As a sign of adoration, of affection. That's how Barak them. That nobody was going to touch him. Nobody was going to take his life. And if they do, I'm going to require it. Okay? It can be Ish that can do it. It could be an Ish's ox that can do it. I'm going to require the life for that Ish. Hello?
Sir.
It should for us, ain't it? I guess, as a figure of speech, is trying to kind of wrap our mind around what we need to do in order to attain Kai alone. It's not just the actual, well, it is the Shama, but there has to be a Aman, there has to be a belief with it in order for it to get the full effect of it. Dam has always played a part in our living and in the course of actions that we've done things. And we came and we offered certain things. When this Barith was granted to us from when it came down to Musha, we used Dam then and we understood that it actually enjoined. How do we understand that? The marriage. What'd you say, sir? Sprinkling. Well, he did that. Before we got the sprinkling, it would still be similar when a man took his sickle, penis, and he thrust it into the womb of, similar to the ground. Then when he did, he would strike. And there would be blood. Just like if you took a knife and you plunged it into somebody, that blood is going to get on it. That bullet is going to get over. It's going to cover it. So we understood that from the purpose of, so when we made this covenant with him, we didn't understand how we were married. Then he gave us ceremonially how to do it. Well, you take a blanket, and when you bring her in, put that blanket under her. And when y'all lie together, she's going to give Dam. All right? She's going to give Dam. And I want you to take that, and that's going to be, and I want you to hold that, because this is going to be proof of, y'all got it, of y'all engagement when y'all came together, and you enjoined together, that Dam. And when we came with Yahuwah, when he gave us the Barib, he had Mushat to take the Dam and sprinkled it on the people. And told us we had been engaged, enjoined them. So we understood Dam and the strength. Now this Dam didn't come in until, let me see. Wasn't why we were talking, but we didn't get the full strength of it until he took the blood of those dead animals. That's what gave it its strength. It was a life taken, and it was the blood of that life, which was the life, and that was enjoined on the people. And let us know this is how you've been enjoying now, through that dumb. So it would be significant for us to sit down and to take on that body eating, because it's going to help with our living, just like he transitioned us to flesh, equivalent to the green herb, because he would transition us over to understand when Yahushua spake to us concerning eating his flesh. We never read where he said this is a hard saying. Let's see verse 6 and see if he said it's the opposite, a hard saying, who can hear it? Which tells us they had to be in a different place than we are. Because these people sat down and they fought, which means to me, they had something else going on. Because he should have definitely kicked up. I ain't never ate no animal before. Never ate it. There's some people tell you, there's some people, what is it, the vegan people, they call it, they don't eat nothing with eyes. Is it vegan that say they don't eat nothing with eyes? Or who is it? Dad, you done been all that stuff when you came in that time like Professor X, no hair. No, it's some people, it's one group, they say don't eat nothing with eyes and nothing with a face. Yeah, they'll say, well, a face gonna have no eyes. It should have eyes in the face. No, I'm with you. What I'm saying, I'm just saying, I've been saying eye. These folks, they know what eye is supposed to be. You ain't supposed to have them in your behind. Yeah. But you understand, there's some people that don't do that. They'll say, I don't eat nothing with a face. I'm a vegetarian too, but I eat fish. They said, no, they don't consider you to be true vegans. People, they don't eat nothing. They don't eat no animal products. They're like, they don't eat them. That's their discipline. That's it. But this would have been his discipline. Now they would have ate. I'm sure let me say this, possibly. I don't want to assume nothing, but it would have been likely somewhat. Maybe they would have drunk milk from the bakar, which we call the olive. Possibly. Now, don't tell us that, so I don't want to go say that, okay? But as far as them eating meat, we know they didn't eat it until after. But what I want us to understand, they transitioned without a fight. He had a fight with these people who already were eating meat, who already left from eating just vegetation. They were eating meat. And when he came to explain about eating his and drinking his dam, this was an obstacle. This was a blockage for them. And this is what we don't want. We want to be able to transition just like Noah. And because he had an adoration for him, such an affection for him, if anybody takes your life, I'm going to require it of them. Whether it be man, whether it be beast, I'm going to require it. The fear of you is going to be upon them, the dread, the terror. People are going to be afraid to mess with you. The animals are going to be afraid of you because they know that I will recompense. When he said, vengeance in mine, said Yahuwah, when did he tell them to go take the life of the man? Here's such an adoration for him, you don't have to worry about it. I'm going to require it. I'm going to require that from them. Yahushua killed how many people when he was there? Hello? How many? That's right. The Abba had such an adoration for him, affection, and a care for him. He looked at, I'll do it. That's what he's looking to do when he come back here. These laws hadn't been broken. These laws still established. They've been broken, but he hadn't taken them down. Y'all got it? I just want to see that these people kick up. Whoever sheds
each dumb, by each shall his dumb be shed. For in the image of Elohim made he each.
See that? They're going right back to what he did before, and they're going. Now he told us he's going to be shed by each. Come on. That's going to be tight for you because the book told you, behold, he coming with cloud. And every eye. These people don't realize he's coming back, the same one. In Acts of the Apostles chapter 1 and about verse 12, it told you why they were standing there gazing in the Shamaim. The same one that left, because he got to kill you. He got to kill you. You shed it, that man's done. And when he come back here, he's going to be an Ish, and he's going to shed yours too. That's right. He was trying to let us know already this was going to happen, that you should be well. Let's all. As you
be ye pari and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the arise and multiply therein.
See that? They're part of that baraka, that you're going to continue to flourish. You continue to sprout. And this is only because he has an adoration for people that will acknowledge and that can transition, that don't let the Dabar become an obstacle to him. You say, why is he talking? Why he saying, let me explain. I need to explain because the book of John ain't here yet. What you gonna find it doing? This man just transition. So a lot of time while we look to try to find reasons of why we can't quite get things, we struggle with things, these are our own hang-ups.
Right, that's right.
Here these what they call cavemen, who going from apples and oranges, just saying, please don't go, please. Please. I did not get my name my birthday, because I'm just used to it. That's preachers all that anyway, apple and oranges the whole time. I never said, you can make it off apple and oranges. I did not say that. But just transitioning from that, and you're going into something you've never done before. Yeah, right. They didn't have what we're gonna say a forerunner. Right. Who are they gonna look back at? Who are the meat eater? Crocodile Dundee. So you imagine there was no forerunner for them. They just had the law to where this man has given us an order, and that's how we walk. There is no obstacle. This man has destroyed the whole of rocks and kept just us. And the man that come on and given us an order that's different than what we've done before. And we're not going to be hung up on this new. Oh, it's going to be hard for me to move into something new. I'm old school. I die that way. I'm born that way. That's our foolishness. That's our foolishness. You got to transition. Because it was for life. He's looking at, I'm trying to get back to putting it back and then it can be sustainable. So this is how we're going to transition. And because you can, I'm going to baraka you. That's for all of us here. Everything, when things come, the bar is meant that when it go to get everyone, come on for a second. In martial art or other different things, you come on here for a second, please. Yeah, turn around. In martial art or other different things or in a defense fight, they'll start showing you pressure point places. Because you'll waste a lot of time fighting and hitting stuff that won't really get you nowhere. The object is to end it. If it pushed to that point, to hit these points so you can end it and stop it. Listen, stop the threat. And the best way to stop it is pressure point hitting places. Well, if you sitting here, just started. Now, my struggle is drinking. Killing that thing. I'm just like one that beateth the air. I ain't getting nowhere. And that's a lot of time what we're doing instead of looking at different things that challenge you with hit, and we got to work to build those defenses. We got to learn how to stop and neutralize the threat. When these thoughts, ideas come up, the goal is to learn how to neutralize the threat so it stop being a hindrance to us. Y'all got it? Hypothetically, he alcohol, I drink, he coming at me. I can't, I'm trying to, come on, I'm trying to avoid, but I can't, it keep coming, so now I need to neutralize the threat. See that? Stop that thing. Drinking gone. Exactly. That's what we be doing. Neutralize the threat. How do I attack this to where it no longer is a hindrance or a distraction or becomes an obstacle that keeps me from growing? Because what we found with Nuart and them, they were going to multiply. And then he said, your multiplication is going to be greater. We're going to intensify the multiplication because of your willingness to transition. Tress, what have you done? Serving. Go back over there. Y'all like that black woman, that got them crazy and clapping. But y'all understand what I'm saying? That's the goal. Because you got to look, listen. As you be fruitful, and multiply, bring forth. I'm going to, because of the adoration I have for you, I'm going to allow you to even do more. I'm going to multiply your seed and your seed. that it's going to continue to replenish. Y'all got what I'm saying? And a lot of times we only get a small amount, and it's not enough to even sustain us, let alone to continue. Now, with the Shalakim, Yahushua told them how, let me see. He said he Mashiached them. That's what he said. He Mashiached them. Who know what he said Mashiach them do? The priest of Dabar. What did he say Mashiach them to do? Their book said ordain. Wow. He said they should bring forth pari and they should do it more abundantly. It even remains. He said, I ordained you, so, which Mashiach for, he said that you'll bring forth and it'll remain. You won't just lose it. That's the whole thing we're trying to do. It's one thing to build something, but then if it's gone and tore down, what was the use in it? He said, listen, I Mashiach you to where when you bring forth, it remains. Y'all got it? That's the thing we looked at with Yahuwah. Y'all hear that? He told us he did it and that it right remains. Let's see how it worked for him. See that the first chapter of the book of Abari 1. I know y'all bored. Hang in there. I can tell you they worked too hard today. I can tell you we gone back there. Hang on, I can tell you. He right there. He back one. Hear them glasses, he looking out. But you sit, let him be in the glass. His eyes just ease to the side of the glass a little bit. They just start sliding. I know it's rough on y'all, and it's on me. I hold y'all up, but I tell you what, I just want to make sure you understand what we're doing. I really do. I really want to understand. Come up better with y'all. How we got all this understanding and we got obstacles. So Noah had to have more understanding than we did. You talking about, I'm getting you to do, he asked these folks, he said, listen, my flesh indeed is meat. It's food. My dam is drink. Noah accepted this. He accepted it. He didn't fight it. He didn't argue this. He accepted this discipline that he was taught. He accepted. Nope, he had nothing. Let me show you an example in the spirit of a piece of lettuce turned into a veggie burger. You know what I'm saying? This way you'll understand, and whatever written aforetime be written for the. Y'all understand? We follow based off of the examples. These guys were the examples. They were the epitome of you hearing and you doing. You're not wrestling and fighting and praying about it, and I just can't get it, and it's just throwing me, and you don't understand what it's like. You got to transition. Abraham, get out of your Abba house. You and your wife, get and go, and I'm going to show you where you don't show me where I'm going when I get there. You don't tell me before I leave. What we do? Hey, come to my house. Well, give me your address. I ain't gonna give you the address. I'm just gonna show you. He's like, no, I ain't do it. Give me the address so I can put it in my phone. Quit playing. I need to put it in my GPS. Where? Just go to the place where I tell you. You're like, man, stop. You might think I'm a fool or something. You ain't finna have me riding around burning up no gas. That's how we think, how we act. We talking about that man being able to speak to an arm or an individual, and this man willing to take his ashar, his issue, and you gonna take out somewhere. You've never been there before. You've never been there before. What if it don't work out? What if things go bad for you? What if this whole thing, you got here, you made a fool of it, a spectacle? That man said, the book said, the man, Aman, Elohim, he said, I just count that for the man right. He said, the man just, I count he righteous. You want to see an example of a righteous man? The man believed, I told him something, he believed it. Now, and then it's right, it's so right. We got to do it to be right. It ain't just supposed to, Abraham believed God, it's right. I believe Elohim, it is right too. That's the same right. He tell me to do something, Zakat Shabbat and keep it Kudash. Abraham, he Aman Elohim, and it would count to Sadiq. It counted me for Sadiq too, because I believe it, I'm him. That's how he did it. Folks said, you just going out there, how you know? They didn't know either, but he's proved himself to be Amunah. That's right. Folks, we take chances with all kind of junk people tell us. Job failure, run your behind, how you know it's going to be there? All kind of stuff, folks run behind and don't know till they get there. Then they're going to jump all of a sudden, act like everything they did, they know. You don't know nothing till you get there. Mm-hmm. So we start following this. For us, it's a whole lot easier than what it was for them because we're able to go through and read from mistakes people from second guessing it, for not doing exactly, for not following him to the letter. And then we come along and we miss. You come back, you say, that man could have killed me. I really didn't think of that man. That man could have killed me. When you strike a man down the first time he gets something wrong, struck him down just for me. Who want to be that example? Get struck down the first time you do something wrong, and I guarantee you, we will hear and we will fear. You think them people went in there and that's what they wanted to do? He picked these. You think who them folk like Judah? Yeah, as soon as I get out, I'm gonna pray Jesus. I'm gonna walk up and like I'm gonna kiss him, I'll bite his ear off like Holyfield. I know y'all don't know who that is yet. Man, they know nothing about this. You just here it is. Soon as you say you've been doing good, you have to just go, man, you dip. Just come and you'll dip together. He said, Satan, just enter your Lord. You think you said, oh, my hand in it. What you talking about? That wasn't my hand in it, but he started telling. He said, see, they go lying. I mean, you think about that stuff. You say you go dip. That man said, you the one betrayed me. Everybody look at that hand over there. They don't miss it. You think you know your hand was in there. And that man look you dead in your eyes. That man look at your eyes and say, whatever you finna do, go ahead and do it. Hurry up and do it. You still going, you thinking, that man, oh my goodness. I'm thinking, should I go? The man just told me to go. How that man knew that? How that man knew that? That man just told me to go. The whole thing just went downhill. And then when he came back and decided, oh my God, I got to straighten this thing up. This bad stuff coming, man. This stuff really coming. I'm thinking about this thing, man. I got to come in. Listen, that money you had gave me, I ain't spent none of that money. Them folks saying, what? They said, man, let me get it back to you. I don't think it. They said, whoa. They said, man, we can't do that. They said, that blood money. That man wasn't even dead yet. They said, that blood money. They look at that blood money. That man hadn't even died yet. They let him know, we killing that man. They said, man, we can't put that back. They said, man, we can't put it in the treasure. Folk be paying tithes on food. They said, man, that blood money. They said, man, we can't put that stuff in the treasure. That man took that, he's like, man, that man just throw that stuff. He said, man, I'm getting out, I'm throwing it back. They said, man, get that junk over there for folk and put that money for folk who ain't got nowhere to bury them. That's what they did, catch that junk and use that to bury folk. That's what they the potter's field. That's what folk that have money to bury. They ain't have no, your family have no money to bury you, put them over there where that money, with that money Yehuda throw it over there. Because they ain't coming back over in the pot. That's what he did. That's what he did with it. And went out there and bought him a field. So with the reward of iniquity. Isn't that right? Bought him a field. And then let that man know, boy, after that right there, Habitation said, cut him off. They said, Habitation said, don't let nobody dwell in it. That's why they had dead folk down. You can't build no house over there. That's what Dawood already called it. He said, that man house, that field he bought. He said, man, don't let nobody dwell in there. Only folks stay dead people. That man realized what he did. That man went and took a road and went hung himself. As soon as he hung himself, so all that bile gushed out. Shot out at him. That's what happened to Yahushua when he was up there. What y'all think you hang a man up at the sun and put that man up on a hearth and put him up near the sun sent him just blaze down on him for 3 good hours. That man hot, musty, and stinking. That man just swelling. As soon as you throw a spear and hit that man, stuff just started oozing out of his body. Man went right there and all the bosom, all that bile gushed out of him. Let's see what happened here. I'm trying to let y'all go. Operate 1 and 1. Come on, so I get out of him.
Elohim, who at sundry times.
They'll call the Hebrews 1 and 1. Tell them what he did.
And in divers manners spake in time past unto the Aboth by the Nabaim.
It said by the hand of the Nabaim. The yard, that's fine. Come on.
Hath in these last Yamim spoken unto us by his being.
We're going to use the hand. Can we see? They're using the hand, the yard. Let's look up the yard, what the yard is, so they'll see. He used them for his arm. If we get it right, they're going to pay for it, y'all. If we get it right, that's all I've been plowing for. We get it right. Everything else gonna take care of itself. A hand, or the opening, corresponding, the open one indicating power means direction and distinction from, the closed one, always looking at indicating power means direction. The hand, that's what they use. The open one indicating power. Okay, same thing used as a noun ever. Okay, in a great variety of applications, both literally and figuratively, both whether approximate and remote. Let me see what approximate is. I think that's something you do when you get some pomegranate, make a smoothie in the morning. You got to go and approximate when you get through. Otherwise, you're going to mess your drawers up. T-E. Definition, and it's right there. Oh, okay. Thank you. Especially of the cause of something, closest in relationship, immediate. Okay. Especially of the cause of something, closest in relationship. Okay. Immediate. Nearly accurate approximates too. Okay. Closest in relation. I can see that. Elohim, who spoke in time past, at many times and within years, unto the Abba, by the hand of, so I guess we use proximate. Closest in relation. Think about it. That's how he always spoke to us. They were the closest in relationship. He told us the Nabim that had a column, what it was? Kalam short. He said, let him do what? And he that had my Dabar. So that's what he was looking at. So we're going to definitely look at approximate because they were the closest in relationship. That's why he spoke to us by them. Wasn't nobody close to Elohim than Musha. So it only made sense why he spoke through them. We look at the hand. Because they were close in relationship. Doesn't that make sense to y'all? So now you had to tell us that to get us to understand the relationship of the being. So if he spoke to us using the definition from proximate, close in relationship, or closest in relationship, y'all got it? He spoke to us by them, but now in this last Yamin day has spoken to us by his who? So what are we saying? That he is the closest in relationship. There is no one closer to the Abba than me. When he spoke to you in time past in all them different ways, they were the one closer in relationship. But in these last Yamin, I am. He told you, Amon not, that I am in the Abba, and the Abba is in me. Ain't no Nabim told you that. Mm-hmm. Isn't that right?
That's right.
Ain't no Nabim told you hitherto my Abba work and I work. Mm-hmm. And they understood what he said. This man just approximate that he the closer relationship. They said this man not only just broke the Shabbat, he just said Elohim was his Abba, making himself equal to. So that means when he's letting us know that he spoke to us by him, now this is the closest person in relationship. Especially using the yard, his hand. His hand is how he worked, how he moved. Those were signed by his hand. When Yahushua came and he appeared to them, the first thing he did was did what? Well, hold them. You got to look at, because this is how it works. And you're going to look at the feet because they're beautiful. Isn't that right? Book told you how beautiful the feet of them, or the regard of them. Isn't that right? You think that man bringing forth deliverance. Okay. Let's look at some more. That makes sense, y'all? Yes, based off using the word approximate, I'm not saying that's our word, but based off the definition, it makes sense when you tell me about the Nabim because they were closest in relationship. But then the Ben, ain't nobody closer than him. All right, let's see. 2. All right.
Hath in these last Yamim spoken unto us by his being, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the Alam.
Hold on for a minute. Whom his name, Shem, was to inherit all things, and also he made the Alam, by his hand. Okay. Let's go.
who, being the brightness of his kabod in the express image of his person, in upholding all things by the Dabar of his power, when he had by himself purged our kataim,
purified our, hold on, and who being the brightness of his kabod and the image of his substance. Y'all got it? Yes, sir. That's what the substance is what's on the inside. Right. So the substance, he had to put it inside of something, that image. Y'all got it? That's all it was. He used that vessel. The body was a vessel to carry the substance, just like a ship does, container ship. The ship is not the containers. The ship is just used to travel is used as the vessel to transport it. Y'all got it? Yes, that's all it is, the vessel to transport all the goods. Okay? People pay for the container, but they're actually paying for the goods in the container. Y'all got it? So that's how we understand the substance was inside that image and sustains all things by the Dabar of his power. And remember, we read earlier, and he told us that he lived because of or on the account of the Abba. And the Abba is the Dabar. So that's what sustains. Y'all got it? Of his power, the word of it. Listen, after he had purified of our kataim by himself. Y'all see that? And the only person who can do something like this would be who? That's true. Who you said, a puma? You said a high puma. High Kohan. That's right, Rosh Kohan. That's right. So when you even look at him purifying, see, it's simple as this stuff sound. This is stuff you just can't do this. You can't just, because see, even with him sending Yahushua, think about this. Would we really have had a problem if he did this and he wasn't from Louis? Would that really be important to us if he wasn't? I mean, long as it's cleansed. But it's so that we will understand that the order was never broken. That's right. I mean, come on, if I say you, is anybody throw me back and let me die because you weren't Louis? No, pull me out. That's right. But the office and what was done, the Shem, even with the name, he had to display those attributes. That he was Yahuwah's salvation. That's right. That this is what Yahuwah uses to save. And now you start doing works and people are trying to figure out. I mean, but he's from Yehuda, but he set things up so that people who will watch and follow, who will be strictest for order, if they follow, they'll see he never broke order. We didn't even learn till he came at the time set to show you he actually swung from Louis too. He actually tied him in to where he could work in these offices. This man was already told that he was going to be a Kohan for Alam after the order of. So you're looking at this. So he had to tie him into Louis. Because now you're going to work in an office that you just can't spring out from somewhere else and do this. You have to, and this is important so that when you're going through, when things happen, you'll say things are unimportant and you'll think you're forgotten. You'll think you're forsaken. But when you see how he's restricted for tying the bar up, that it can't fall to a faint, it can't be wrong, that's how I know my salvation right. Come on, you can, as long as I'm saying, I really ain't gonna, I wouldn't have held him to, nah, I can't be saved, man. The man ain't from Louis, man. I can't accept this salvation. You only know that because he taught you that. That's right. He set it up just so you have, see if that's 6 or 17. Who do I want? Who know what I want? Barashit, 6:17. Let him get that at his church. We're going to get Adoration 16, 6 and 17. He fine. I'd have met with just, y'all no offense, because everybody pastor got stuff. They may say, we all bound. Just said, look, you know what? He was so proud. Look at, make Dexter proud. I just want to make Dexter proud of me. He was up here doing something that said, look at that. That one, he said, look, he ain't used none of his members to do that. He used mine. On stretch wide. Let's see. This is Adoration 6 and 17. Let's see what happened. Listen.
Wherein Elohim, willing more abundantly to shew unto the heirs of Shabbat the immutability of his counsel,
unchanging of his counsel,
confirmed it by Shabbat.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's playing a Shabua. No, because they got, okay, these two words, I'm sorry. Shabu, the oo is for, all right, boo, the sha is for and. One word. For an oath. Shebua, Shebua. Because it's kind of the E is silent here. Most say this is Sheba. Y'all remember Sheba? Mm-hmm. She the same with Prince too. Remember Sheba E? Mm-hmm. Yeah, remember so y'all see the comma, signifying that it has E is almost silent. So Shebua is what we use for an oath. Matter of fact, let's look at this up and see what is it, Boston. Pretend whichever y'all back there, please. No, Dexter members already know this stuff. We just trying to catch up. Kind of like Key was, they don't use no one style. He said, it's impossible, Master. He said, I use many styles. Quick came home from work. Key's now with his shirt on. Had Crit dish rag, wiping his sweat, and there's just punching the light bread. One slice at a time. Mushing it up. He said, what style mean? He says, it's impossible to master them, all of them. He said, I just use many styles. Let's say, all right. Shaba. So they're kind of doing it different here because now they had the posture for it. To be complete. So, you said which one? 7, 6, 21. All right. 76, 21. Okay. Shabua. Says sheep. I told you it'd be like the E. Shibua. Y'all say it? Shibua is how you enunciate it. Something sworn. Curse, oath. It could be used. That's how King James will render it. Y'all got it? And the root is 7651. Let's see the 7651. To be complete. See that, Dexter? He got us to the root. See, they don't want that root, do they? He don't want that root thing. Hold on. Is this an obstacle for you? They went to the root. That's good to see both of them in some form. So this is what we're looking at here. To be complete is how Shaba would have been used. Shaba, but not, it's enunciated as though the H is at the end, but it's actually not, okay? To be complete. 7 oneself. To 7 oneself? To completely swear. Okay. By repeating a declaration 7 times. Okay. So go ahead, Boston. And Daniel always talks about the 7. To the Shabbat, Shabbat, and the 7 of the weeks. Because it'll be complete at the end of the 7, actually completes a week. Yeah, Shabbat, which will be 7. But Shabbat is the shorter. So makes sense to be complete, because that's when a week is finished. That makes sense, y'all? So now when we look at the root of what we're going to look at, Shabua, the root is telling us to be complete, like he said, which is good, the end of the week. Because once it's complete, that's finished. Y'all get it like folk do, how we do Friday. You say, whoo, I got through the week. And we count our week is finished. Amazing we do that when Friday, and then we're like, man, my week is finished. Because that Layla actually would complete it with. It's amazing how we would do that. People out of not thinking would do that one. They be like, Friday, like, woo, man, I'm so glad the week over with. Ain't that right? Amazing, isn't it? So now when we're looking at the, going back to the word that they use, Shabuah, Boston. Okay, Shabuah, something sworn. Okay, that's why we take and we even keep Shabbat. Because it's even believed that he swore to us what he was going to do concerning us keeping his Shabbats. So now when we go back, let's look back to the book of Adoration. Based off of Shabbat. So when Elohim willing more
Abundant.
That's right. To show to the heirs of, what do you use for promise? Okay, promise. Let her come back and get that one. Habataka. Habataka? That's a Habataka. That's how I pronounce it, Habataka. Right? They were laughing at me. I speak, I read. I just don't speak this junk y'all be speaking. That's like one soul. They said one soul. No. Habataka. Y'all want to keep that for a promise? Okay, promise. But it ain't gonna be every time.
Right.
But if y'all want to write that in at the reader, so when they read at least, so if y'all read, it'd be good to put it in where you're reading. Like when we go back and we read it, Habataka is promise. And we'll get back to looking it up because I know time. I want Uncle Ted if he got to drive too. He ain't the only one, Uncle Ted. Your glasses, they just blow your eyes up and just show them better. So, and with glasses, they'll make your eye bigger so you can see them. You can count the hairs on that eyelid. Man, be finer than frog hair. All right. Habataka is the word we'll say. Please tell that came out the front and not the back. You don't know. See, the unchangeable, which immutability, the unchangeable or unchanging of his counsel, recommendation, course of behavior. This is what he did. He confirmed it by a shabuah. Y'all got it? By making it complete. That's how he confirmed it, by making it complete. Even when Yahushua was up there, it was finished. Mm-hmm. That made us complete. Y'all do know that was a Shabbat. Mm-hmm. Shabuah, he made it complete. He had to confirm it, willing more abundantly. So you got to remember, abundant would even be more. Can we look at the word abundant from the dictionary? I'm trying to let y'all go. I mean, it's important. You got to think. Behaviors, ideas, desires all come to challenge what he tells us to do. So when those things come, they're fighting to justify or to prove an action against an action that he's declared not to perform. So we need something that's a little more what we'll use, concrete, solid, to keep us from wavering. What keep me for 20-something years from now wavering to give away? He's got to give me something, and he got to make sure it's complete to where I really ain't sure. Then I'm subject to give way. So you got to make sure, he said this is what he was never saying, existing or available in large quantities. So he had to make sure it was done in a large capacity or plentiful. Y'all got it? That's what he was able to do. Even when it came down to them, when they said they desired flesh, basar, he reined it in until they feel. Full is what they use. That's what you're using to complete. Y'all got it? Complete or full. They told us that when the fullness of time, well, that's right, was come. Right? So that's how we in the fullness of time. And even with Shabuah, complete. So now we look at he did more abundant, which we look at existing or available in large quantities, plentiful. Y'all got it? Okay. Let's go back. Listen.
That by two immutable things in which
for the sake of two unchangeable things in which
it was impossible for Elohim to lie,
about them.
we might
We-
have a strong consolation,
Encouragement,
who have fled for refuge to lay hold upon the tikva set before us.
put before us. That's what we've done. People typically fled to get away from destruction.
That's right.
Y'all know that? That's what they usually fled, to get away from something they felt like were harmful or dangerous or life-ending. And in order to get them to do that, they had to have something that they could hold to, they could believe. And for us, that's what we're trying to do. And we're trying to make sure we maintain a behavior that we don't just turn and move away from more. We got to make sure we understand and get this and know he put a lot of things here. Just like he came down to tell them about them changing, that things shouldn't be in their season, just like time. Or the shamash, he said, if you could stop it, then it shouldn't be in its time. It shouldn't be in the day. When is shamash supposed to come at? The middle of the night? No, sir. In the daytime. And when Layla supposed to come? In the height of the day? That's right. He's got to put those there, let you see for yourself. They don't change. And he said, now, if you can get them to, then you can get my Dabar to falter and to stop. Y'all don't know it. These bastards are actually been going to space because they're actually going to try to shoot that shamash. Y'all just don't know it. They are. They're going to attempt it. They're going to attempt it. You actually think they're actually going to shoot this meteor? They're actually trying to attempt to see if they can shoot that shamash. Because they already heard what, listen, this is the problem you got. Things went horribly wrong about getting Yahushua. It looked like the perfect plan, but you wind up realizing you screwed up everything. You grabbed the unashamed that were with him, and you wind up releasing them. And you put these men out here, and they told you, now they have intended, they don't want this stuff past Jerusalem. This stuff done been spread everywhere. We all in what they call the Americas are man in this stand on it. How do we combat this when Christianity was the dominant religion? So now the only thing you could do is to get that man to stop at the bar. If they can shoot that shema and they can stop that thing, it don't pop up when it pulls to in the daytime. And you can get light at the night. That man said, then I'll break my berith that I made with Dawood. He said, I'll break it. You don't think these people are actually trying? All these people are racing to get to a place for a reason. They got to try to get, their religion is a joke to us. How many of y'all want to sit out and watch a 3-hour tape on Christianity and how to get saved through Jesus Christ? You're like, I'm not finna watch no foolishness like that. And they got people who will do it though. They got people who swear to it and they'll fund it and pay for it. If they can get that shema and shoot that shema, that thing ain't there. That's gonna be a pretty good setting for them. They working on it. Most of y'all didn't know that, did you? You think that these folks trying to shoot a meteor and hit it and say they can get it to turn and stop a half a mile per hour so it'll miss. These bastards have been working on this. If you look at Behold the New World Order, he had his book, he told them about this. In the 90s he wrote his book. He said these bastards have been trying to invent a gun that where they'll be able to shoot the shamash and they're trying to make it produce a star. They're trying to sit up for Satan. Now they put in their book, he one of these people. He said, been working on it. He told me their book where they got AIDS from. He said, come out with AIDS till the 70s. A guy named, I think his name was Wolf, said he went to college, he was a roommate with the Pope, John Paul III, said he the one that invented that disease. These people been working. Some of their own people done defected. These people dead. These people dead. They kill people like that. I'm trying to tell y'all, y'all keep sitting around. These folks don't realize they already messed up. But if they can shoot that shamash and stop it, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. That's why we still him. They just dumb enough to keep trying. That's how stupid they are. The fact that they try to tell you, why would you try it? Except for it's in your book. Well, say it right quick. Say that, is that, I know it's Yerem, is it 34, 22? 31, no, 21. Huh? 21, 22? Who it? 31, 33, I'm saying 22. If there's more than one book, it should be, I think, more than one in there. See if it's 30. He's saying 31. 31, 32. I'm not thinking 22. 19, 22. 19. Let's say 31. You said 31, 32? Let me say. Ooh, that was a 20, 19 something. They just keep going. 33, Yahoo. Appreciate it, though. You got to ask yourself, who's trying to do this? Do 19. All right, listen. Make it 18. But this is what shot me in the foot. Listen.
Neither shall the Kohanim, Louis, want a ish before me to
the
offer
lack of man before me. To do what?
Offer burnt offerings.
To do what?
Offer burnt offerings.
And do what?
And to kindle meat offerings. And to do sacrifice continually.
Should be Zabak. Z-A-B-A-C-A-H. Y'all write it down. Sacrifice. Oh, that's they putting the Z-E. Z-A-B-A-C-A. Zabak. That's a sacrifice. Got other meanings too. Sacrifice. Y'all see that? That's how we knew he had to come from Louis. See, this don't make, see, people run around hollering Yehuda, 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 but the man just told you Louis was never going to fail to have an Ish before him. I told he covered himself on every end. So there are people that run at one end and they'll miss the other one. Y'all got it? It made sense. See that? It was never going, that's why, and then it makes sense. Louis was never going to lack an Ish to be before him. When he was saying what, there was never, he was always going to have, the only way that was going to happen, he was going to have to be a Kohan for how long? After what order? Because that's the only one we ever knew that lasted that long. You can't say after who? After Aharon. Aharon was not alone. You needed something to parallel to him. That's why he had to let him come first so you'll understand his existence. That someone came on the scene, and guess what? If you accepted him, you had to accept what was his mother's name. What was his Abba name? He didn't have one. So he thought like it hard to accept Yahushua. He was without. Same thing with Adam. He had beginning of days though. Y'all got it. And then he had to come back and let you know about when he came back and told you about Melchizedek. Sadiq. He had to let Malak Sadiq. He had to tell you he was made like the Mashiach. Mashiach wasn't made. He was made like the Mashiach. He had no beginning or end of him. He didn't. He only said him. That's like Yuchanan said. The one come after him is what preferred before him. Because he was before him. Yes, sir. Listen, and to the Kohanim, the Luim, shall not lack a ish before me to offer burnt offerings, to burn grain offering, and to prepare zabak, all the yamin. That's why he went to appear in the presence of Yahuwah. People don't even read that thing. He just them said the man was sat there, the offering. So he was going to be a constant offering. They just thought he was just sitting there. The man was sitting there for a reason, because he had to hold the seat for Louis. He was holding the place for Louis too. I don't know. How many of y'all didn't even think nothing about that? That's why you pay me. Give me money. Come on, 19. All right, 19.
And the Dabar of Yahuwah came unto Yirmiyahu, saying,
Let's see.
Thus saith Yahuwah, if ye can break my berith
for
of the
what?
Yom, and my berith of the Layla, and that there should not be Yom and Layla in their season.
So that in their time. This is what he's telling them. If you can stop day from being day and night from being night. Let's see what happens.
Then may also my berith be broken with Daud my Abad, that he should not have a being to reign upon his throne, and with Louis the Kohanim my Shara.
That's what they've been trying to do. That's what they've been going up trying to do. They've been trying to get a gun. They can stop this. They've been established. The man already sitting there. They done. They're done. They're done, but they're still working to try to break it. All right, I'm trying to tell y'all, these people, look at these Greek people. A lot of this stuff these folks got trying to go up on, the Greeks the first people start being engaged to put these people up and getting these old funny galactical name foolishness to these people. Oh, stupid fools. Folks spend all that money for Star Wars. Nigga, stop it. Star Trek. White folks stuff. But I like to see why y'all niggas wear that whole suit in here one time. I'm gonna put this rod and thrust you right across your back. No good well ain't no nigga moving. Ain't even no niggas in them. The nigga woman sitting there, she looks so used. So now y'all ready, y'all remember this. This is what they're working on. But they're not gonna stop you. It's already been done. Y'all got it? Let's finish up that 6th chapter, we can go. Adoration, we'll get ready to get your money. Adoration 6, what we left out, 18, 19? All right, let's see. Oh, we already put it out. Oh, you know, they said which hope is an anchor to the soul? Oh, that's 19.
That's 19.
All right, let's see. For the sake of two unchangeable things? Okay. Let's see, look what he told you. For the sake of two unchangeable things in which it is forbidden for Elohim to. So it makes sense he gonna let them shoot it down. He putting that so you'll see. If you can look, why would he come and tell them about the Layla and the Yun? That's clear evidence. Clear evidence. Mm-hmm. It's undisputable. Undisputable. You needed something that you could hold to, that you could see. If that Layla out there, it is in its time. If that Shamash come up and it's in its time, that's a strong consolation. Mm-hmm. That's strong right there. Y'all see that? Okay. Let's go ahead and see. And it's going to be what? We might have a strong encouragement. We who have fled for refuge to lay hold of the tikva put before. That's the same thing that Lut and them did. He told them to flee for your Kai. They had to flee. They had to have a consolation to make them flee. That man told him when he would get ready to flee, he said, he didn't believe it. He did not believe the first place he was going. He said, I ain't going to make that. Mm-hmm. He said, I know. He said, I'm going to get overtaken. He said, I ain't going to make it. He said, well, it's a little city. Mm-hmm. He's a little city. He told him. Mm-hmm. And then told him, go ahead and go. He said, because I can't destroy it till you get out of him. And he said, listen, as soon as that joker stepped out, boy, come raining out, fire and brimstone. As soon as he got it, the book said, no sooner that man got a fire and brimstone fell down on it. Yahuwah made provision for him. He'll make it for us too. Y'all wait on him. I'm telling you, that's why I'm waiting. I don't let these folks move me. In the morning, I get up, it be pitch black dark. I said, we in trouble. I'm Cracker don't do it. I'm still slapping Cracker before I go. Might not get more because you shouldn't have been up there messing with it. But don't worry about these folks, man. These folks can't do what they say. These folks tell lies. Make sure I get my chain back. I want me so much chain, it's ridiculous. That's what I'm scared of. Sound like a bill. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, y'all hold on. We're gonna make it. I'm just trying to smile, Joker. What that was? That wasn't that Army crummy, was it? Y'all said, listen, y'all know South Africa done jumped up now saying they got 15,000 cases. 15,000 in South Africa. That's how they do it. They don't tell them. They probably got it. White folk give it to them. Listen, they don't. This is what I don't get. If the thing keeps transmutation keeps taking on, every time the Delta they had folks scared of, now they don't even worry about the Delta. Let's deal with the Omicron. The regular Corona kill everybody. Which story are we going with? If the thing keep changing, and now they gonna try. Now they already are working on something for the Omicron. How you make an Omicron? You just told me you have a 3 cases. It don't even make sense. The folks just said, man, leave them crumbs right where they at. Leave them crony and let them roaches eat it. I ain't got time for these folks. They can't get their life straight to say their life. I need an envelope too. I got a note in this one right here too. So ain't even really. This inside. Thanks, Ra, and what it is? TWYOS, Toys Synagogue. Thank you for taking you all's time to research for a month. I enjoy tuning in to listen to you all every Wednesday, Friday, and Shabbat. Stay standing against the wall because people such as myself depend on, look forward to it. Hopefully one day I can pay you guys a visit. Stay strong, Ra'ah and Toy. Kiwan. That is nice, Kiwan. That look like a K. You been to school? Well, to me, I know you heard something. What's that going? You been to college too, ain't it? Is that a K? That what it like? K1? That what it is? That's not a little right. That's all right there. I don't write like that. Yeah, that's all right. Appreciate you too, son of offer too. We appreciate that too. Everybody go. Money we get go to help these members. Take care of these members. And we help folks outside here too now. We don't just help folks, and we do too. We help folks out here, members. I got one of them, I told him today, I told him that his last help though. Bill Allen, you can't be that much help. Yeah, I do. On my, you know what I'm saying? We help you out here, need a little burger. Might not get you no pack of fries. We're gonna put 2, 3 in the bag. Yeah, rattle around and you start counting too much money. Woo! I'm not strong as I used to be. We can't get with that money like that. That is, we try to help folks. They know it. Not David. Yeah. Folks take advantage of it. Folks take advantage of you. Not that. Yeah, it is. Theoretically, not that bad. I want to say not that day. Yeah. And I tell folks what you don't do. And my mom taught me years ago. She'd tell me that you can wear your welcome out. We helped them out real good too. Real good. Way too good. And he's still adding up. I said, yeah, that's the last one here. I can't help him no more. I can't do that no more. I can't, We try to help folks. It ain't just about helping folks. Folks need help. And you don't want to never be where you be in those situations and folk won't help you. But I'll tell you what you do. You use your help wisely. Because you burn your help out, then you can't get no more. You went too far, got too much, then that thing you be like, yeah, you done went too much. Then you be like, oh, I really need some help. Be like, yeah, all of them been really. I tell folks that you want to be one of them people, folks don't mind helping you and don't, because you know how to recompense, you know how to do it, you don't worry folks and wear folks out. My mama, she tell me, she said, she always be cold, so, and she'll make it out, what that? You don't think them folks get tired of you? I just be like, lady, you cold, go on back in there somewhere. She did, but she would tell me right, she did. I go in front, she said, tell where you welcome out. That started getting on my nerve. You hear that stuff? Y'all ever heard that before? Hey, make you like, goodness. You make somebody don't want to go nowhere. But she told me, she did. You just you don't realize you will. You build all the time. Every time, all the time. They be like, yeah, you ready to go home? Then next time you come at them folk, don't move. And they got a sign up there saying, whoa, your welcome out. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that. I try to help out what I learned as a young man. But I heard it young. I ain't catch on to later. You realize you can wear your welcome out. Wear your welcome out. I had my cousin, like folks, one of my mama nephew, his mama, that's a baby sister that passed then. He was telling me, I said, well, I don't call and bother y'all. I said, what I'm gonna do? I said, anything I'm gonna do, I just gonna pay for it and just be done with it. I just gonna pay for it, done, I don't call, on bother. I said, I don't bother with y'all. I said, because everybody in a different place when they lose their mama. I don't bother people for lose. I said, I give you your space. What I'm going to pay for, I'm going to do and keep it moving. I ain't going to be bothered. I said, folk be out there, oh, you need anything, let me know, and I'll be here. He said, man, I'm so sick of hearing that. The other one, his mama just passed. The other, so he said the same thing. He said, I'm so sick of hearing that. So the other one told me, he said, the lady called him and told him, so you need anything on him? He said, shit, come on over here tonight. So he told her, come on to the house. He ain't come. He tired of hearing it. He told her, come on over to the house. he told her, he called and told her, come on over here. I was like, he said, she ain't showed up. I said, well. But see, you can't be telling folk anything you need, come on, just call me. And you can't keep saying it. He said, he tired of it. Come on over here. He was done. Because folks will say stuff, and you know what? People be meaning well, and they'll just say, you need anything. Then folks say, I need something. I don't do it. Especially when I don't know that. I don't play no stuff like that. But I need a receipt. I need a receipt. You know what I'm paying for? We'd be good at the end of the story. That's how we won't keep no open tabs. I know mine. That'd be no, 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 no. So whatever I say, that's what it is. Whatever you need, you need to go get it. If you don't go get it, you don't want it. That's it. No, don't play that stuff. Folks mess you up. Folks leave him. I'm gonna make all y'all finna write a note to your family. Text them tonight. I'm not playing. You ain't gave this synagogue nothing. We not holding your money, and we don't pay for no funerals and everything you got. Y'all better tell y'all family to stop this line. Folks be coming and throwing everything on me, telling me I got to tell these folks quit lying. Say, I done got more than I ever gave. That is true. That folk, a lot of folks be doing that stuff. Folks they be hollering, well, they done got all their money. We ain't got all your money. Don't you be tell your family, you stop lying first. I had nothing. Dabar, he was here to his family, thought he bought us a building one time. Oh yeah, we was on like, Dabar McClover. Folks, that's the truth though. If I told them, I said, I hope you told them folks you didn't. They told me, I see I got that new building you don't bought. I said, man, you told your family you ain't bought no building for us. These folks be swearing, a lot of these folks right here be telling these lies, had their family telling these lies. Y'all folks, y'all better tell these folks, y'all ain't bought nothing for this synagogue, no bought no building, nothing else. Shoot, we get more money than we get. That's it, cause that's how we stick. We in here together. That's everyone y'all text your family and tell them now. Tell us that nigga that put us there, and that nigga will lose it at the funeral. Everybody had nobody sit around thinking, no, we done got your money, I'm spending money. Folk be costing me money. That folk be sitting around here thinking everything on other guy. They go kick off in some bushes and die. I tell you what, I leave you in them bushes. Don't do it to us. That's just being honest. Y'all know we got you. We'll be real cheap. Get one of them ham sandwich bags. Look at them ham, because they be already greasy. So they can handle whatever you going to do. A ham sandwich bag will hold you. When they wrap a nigga in a ham sandwich bag, let me tell you, that ham sandwich bag is strong because it's set for pork grease. So if it can hold pork grease, it can hold a nigga all day long. You just trying to make it. I told my wife, I said, ain't gonna smile that stuff. My wife told I said, I moved in here. She don't my family no hold by no SBA about nothing. Absolutely nothing. She don't know about no SBA. What she gonna do? Keep it cheap and keep it real. Ain't that right? Put all my clothes and let me lay in that nigga. Say, you don't want to lift that thing up, now leave it alone. Put it on, I said, get back. There's something more than you want to. Ain't that right? Just leave it alone. So take my word for it, just leave it alone. I tell you, go and take me and put me in that wall to be good, but I know y'all want to see me that one last time. I ain't gonna see you back. That's just being honest. I like to be around as long as I can be here. At the end of the day, that's keeping it real for everybody on the real though. I just want to make it in. And nothing that I want to make it in. All that stuff, man, that stuff ain't gonna mean nothing. Folks be all that stuff, all folks do, come around that line and send in flowers. I don't send no flowers, no funeral. I send some collard greens, but I'm gonna cut them up. They're gonna be in the end after we get around that funeral home, I'm gonna eat them. Ain't gonna have nothing but that pot laying on them. And once a homeless man pull up and mess in that pot, it's gonna be bad. So I just leave them flowers alone. I don't send no flowers no funeral. So I ain't gotta worry. Them things expensive and they too high. I go to Kroger dumpster and get them corsages that they got in there. I'm trying to tell you. I got all them corsages and lay them on there. They be like, man, that man spent some money. I'm trying to tell you. I don't do flowers. To spend all them bugs in them. They always up in your face. You pick it up, trying to read stuff, scratching and itching. I just don't do them. They be all right. Please don't send none to mine. I don't want them. I ain't gonna smell them. They ain't gonna rot over and die and get in the way. They ain't gonna send my family a bill time. Please come clean this shift up. I don't want to be involved with them. My grandma had a vase. She had a vase on her. That thing stayed out. I got up. I started stealing myself. I had to walk through the graveyard. I ain't go there by that time. They say, that grandma's graveyard, look at that. Yep, just keep going. I ain't go through them. We to walk back. I walked past my grandma's grave for years. I went back there. She'd have a blue vase and some bastard came and stole it. They held for a long time, though. When I think I walked up there a couple of times, walked there and looked at it. I wasn't that excited about it. They used to do, I had to walk up there, say, who done died? I said, yes. Till I got this graveyard. I don't be going down reading no tombstone. I be reading tag number. Somebody cut me up, I need to call the police. I remember I heard a grade number. 1946 to 2011. That's the tag. I said, no, sir, I done call one of them graves. Tombstone I've been reading. I don't be writing no tombstone read. Isn't that right? I know for everybody different, it is. You know the best, I tell folks the best thing to do really, when folk moot, really, they're gone on, take them by it, put them on the way, and folks are just gone on, and then it be in your mind like they still here, you just don't see them. It just be, I've done too many. I've seen too many folks cut the food. It's just nerve-wracking. Everybody give them telling these lies and holding up stuff, and they want me to be short. Short words to remember. You ain't finna short me up. Y'all niggas done got me all that talking. Ain't that right? I ain't got time. You finna put no muzzle on me. I take their whole program and show out of here. So I don't even want to be bothered. I just take them on. They eat with me. Just take them on the grave and just keep moving. Every time folks get salted, folks just salted. Folks don't want to hear the truth. So you got to cut down on the living. I remember the aunt stopped me. She tried to stop me, and I cut down to them. I got hit that Adoration thing before I leave. One husband, one wife. So got to get there. My aunt told me when she cut you to the front, she said, cut out. I said, Ada said, cut it off. I said, but I got to get there before I got here. I said, give me that new 1618. She's on the front. She said, don't do it. Well, when she was doing that, I said, I got to hit this before I get out of here. Well, that thing was tight. I just sling it out. You just throw it out there, just chop it up like that, and scatter. Yeah, my end always, you trying to save the living. Ain't nothing against the move. You don't ran your race, you're gone. That ain't for nobody but the folk coming at that time to get them folks straight. You can stop them folks from going back, living them double lives and hypocrite and far pretending, being that something ain't true. And a lot of folks in it, because they ain't never heard nothing. A lot of people, you'd be surprised some people here be like, I swung something out that one lady. I swung something at a funeral. They were pretty pissed about it. And I got back later that night. That lady was sitting outside on the porch. They was sitting out there. I went back to my uncle friend. They ain't let me preach. So I read a scripture. I got a good one. Cutting out real good, too. And they did. They were, amen. I got on there. One lady, but she said, amen. That was it. I said, may the Lord bless their reading and the hearing. Like, throw it out and left out. I said later on that night, my daddy got excited, taking the hospital. We went to the hospital, got through late, went back, shot back by that lady, was sitting on that front porch. I went in the house to see the family, and I went in there, spoke to my aunt and them, look, they both been drinking. It was the end of that. They wasn't doing that. I went on the left, walked back out. I walked back out the door. She was sitting there porch. She said, hey. I turned around. She said, you read that scripture today? I was like, yeah. She said, I've been thinking about that all day. She said that thing had been on her mind. She wasn't even inside. She was just sitting on the porch with dogs. She was sitting on that porch just looking. And she just called me and I walked out. She said, I've been thinking about that thing all day. I said, Yahuwah accomplished what he wanted to do. Somebody heard they touched. I don't know what she done after that. But she went in the house with them. She sat down on the porch by herself. She said she just been thinking on that thing too, boy. I cut down and tell her, let it not once be named among you. That was it. I come through the middle. That was it. I walked on out there and let them go. So have a blessing to the hearers and the doers of his word. I just throw that Baptist junk on them. They pissed me off. They were pretty pissed too now. They were pissed. And my cousin, I know he'll fight me. He old. We all do that stuff. I said, just don't do right. You too old. He was like, hey, Tony, yo, hit you in the back. I said, why you do it every time? I said, you too old for this. You know what I'm saying?